Hiss! I say hiss!
Greetings, this is Fallon, and this is the Baldur's Gate 3 Physical Collector's Edition. And holy fuck nuggets, is it a lot bigger than I thought it would be. This setup is funny. Like, it took me... This is the gaming table me and my friends use for tabletop night. I've got a cover over it just to make it look a little bit nicer. I've got my studio light out in the corner that I use currently for streaming, which was a pain in the ass to bring down. I've got my mobile phone connected to an old camera tripod using pegs. Please don't fall off and break. This was a really expensive phone, please. And I hope the audio is okay. But so far, this phone that I've got seems to do pretty good quality. So fingers crossed everything's going to be okay. This is the best setup I can have. I wanted to do a lot better than I did the last time I did an unboxing, which was Neverwinter Nights, which wasn't very good. But considering the setup this takes and how much I'm going to have to put away later, yeah. So there will be close-ups. I'm going to have to use the same phone. So basically, I'm going to have to record the segment of me opening it and going through the things, and then I'll edit in like close-ups of the things so you guys can actually see the fuck what's going on. Speaking of seeing the fuck what's going on, look how fucking gorgeous this fucking box art is, right? And I'm not going to show everything in great detail because this is just the cover. The art underneath it is better because it's reflective. I'll move it around with the light here. It's reflective and it is absolutely fucking stunning. My personal favorite being this piece at the side. This is fucking stunning. I think this is one of the coolest pieces of art pieces I've seen. And I would love, like, a poster of this or something. I'm hoping there's, like, art of this in here. That, at the very least, I can scan into my computer and use as a banner on Facebook or something, because it's fucking gorgeous. And again, for some of the characters on this side, absolutely fucking beautiful. And you can see why I took the cover off, because this is iridescent, I believe, or reflective or something like that. So moving it around in the light, it just looks really fucking cool. We got the back here with an Illithid with, I think it's a dragon. Yeah, Illithid and some dragons, like at the start of the game. And then there's that side again, and then there's the full-on Illithid face. Now, this is as far as I've got. I've had it for a few days. This is as far as I've got. So let's figure out how the fuck we open this thing. Much like with the cover. Without breaking it. First things first, we have whatever the balls this is. It's a big-ass envelope. Thankfully not actually wax-sealed. I have had collector's editions things that have done that before. Certificate of Authentication. There we go. There's the model number at the back. 19799. So let's see what we got here. Oh, wow. These are actually a lot nicer than I thought they were. So these are the character sheets. As I say before, I'll give you closer looks as we're going through these. So we've got Will here, brilliant character. I feel as if I love Will a lot more than most people. I just like how they've got a Warlock character that isn't a stereotype and actually plays into most people's experience playing Warlock, where they have kind of a back and forth with their patron, which is nice because, again, Warlocks in D&D video games tend to just be evil bastards that go full on in, but Warlocks are far more interesting when they're actually morally good, but they have a patron like a fiend or an eldritch being or a fae, because faes can be bastards. I mean, technically archfey, I suppose you could have like a hag or something like that, I suppose. I don't know, you can homebrew it. This is actually gorgeous. It's the light reflects off it a little bit. These are actually gorgeous. Obviously, if I was going to use these, I'd use these as guide sheets for, I'd print them out. Yeah, full-on details of the characters up here. These are really cool. So there's Will. We've got Karlach here. Most people's favorite character. She's unfinished. I found out recently that the reason why she doesn't feel finished in the game is because she's not. Basically, initially, she was supposed to have her ending of the quest in the upper end of Baldur's Gate High City, and that part of the game was cut. So, but they never moved the quest. So, Karlach has all bad endings in the game because they've not actually moved her quest to be in an area in which she can finish it, which fucking sucks because the girl is like a Labrador. She is so fucking likable and just warm and wholesome. Warm. That was unintentional. I apologize. But she's just so fucking wholesome. It's a real shame that she's just not finished. She's one of my 3 major complaints about the game. The others being Act 3 and party management. Up next we have... I wanted to say Astarion, there we go. Astarion, along with Karlach, by far the most popular characters in the game, Shadowheart being another one. But the thing with Astarion is he's the popular character among horny people. I love to hate him. I think he's a giant prick, and I think prick characters have been done better than him. I find him to be just a petulant child, and even knowing his backstory didn't make me warm up to him. For me, he got an ending where he ran away, having been cured of the tadpole, before the sun could dust him. And I laughed my arse off at that, because he deserved it. I honestly hope that he got dusted. I fucking hate Astarion. But I hate him in a way where he's fun to hate. He is a petulant child, and I like being mean to him. But a lot of people are super horny for the character. But, yeah. We've got Shadowheart, a character that I very much warmed up towards. I was unsure about her at first. She, along with Karlach, are the most popular characters for purely, like, character-driven reasons. I think Astarion is mostly popular because of horny people, but I think Shadowheart and Karlach are most popular for the character. For my playthrough, I really warmed up to her as we played through. I think she's a very well-written character. In fact, it goes for us to say she's probably one of the best-written characters out of all RPGs I've played, which, considering the fact that RPGs are my major genre, is saying something. She is up there with, like, Anders or Morrigan from Dragon Age Origins. Yeah, she gets high praise from me. I really like her. But my favorite character is up next. Lae'zel. A lot of people shit all over Lae'zel because they just view her as the bastard of the group, like the mean, aggressive prick, and that's kind of it. That's kind of all they view Lae'zel as, which is a major shame because she is a fucking phenomenal character with some of the best voice acting I've ever heard in a video game. Like, seriously, the characterization through voice acting Lae'zel gets is truly phenomenal. I want to hear more from that voice actor. She did an incredible job. On top of that, the writing for the character is fantastic. She's actually a lot like Shadowheart. They're very, very similar characters, which is funny because they end up at each other's throats at one point. But she's not an idiot. Once she finds out that she's being used, she's like, oh, well, fuck this person. And she really grows into... I romanced her, she was from a romance choice, and she really grows into such a warm character. She's still her person. She doesn't completely change who she is, but she stops being aggressive. She stops being a dickhead, essentially, and she becomes a person grateful for what, like, you, the character, and the rest of the party has kind of showed her. More importantly, her freedom. She is a truly beautiful character that grows through the game. A lot like Shadowheart. They're very similar. I'd go as far as to say that Shadowheart and Lae'zel are the most fully flushed out characters in the game. Personally, the most forgettable companion in the game is up next. That is Gale. I want to like Gale more than I do. I just find him to be very bland. He's a lot better than he is in the early access. I found him to be very condescending in the early access, and he rubbed me the wrong way. He is quite likable in the full game. I just find him to be the most bland character overall, because compared to the rest of the cast, he just is. He's the least interesting. And really relies on his gimmick, his MacGuffin, to really push forward his character. He is a character that really only stands out because of something that's happened to him, rather than him as a character himself, whereas the others stand out for being a character. Obviously, people may have different opinions. I'm not really a fan of him. I don't hate him by any means. I kind of nothing him. Out of all the characters in the game, he is the one I struggle the most to remember. Again, I may love to hate on Astarion, but at least Astarion's memorable. This guy is pretty fucking forgettable, unfortunately. I don't dislike him, but I think he could be more interesting than he is. This is the problem with things like this. It's like, these are really nice. I'd like to use them on something. But, what the fuck would I use them with? Because if I use them, stickers you can only really use once. And it's a shame because these are gorgeous. Like, these I'm more likely to use because these are literally just a bunch of logos. So I'm more actually likely to use some of these. I'll put these on something, I imagine. I don't know what, but I could use them. But they're really good quality, actually. Really good quality. You got one of the bunch of different classes. I played a ranger. I've also got a warlock as my dark urge. The characters. The other characters, of course, being, I forget his name, Minsk. Yeah, I've never really managed to get very far in the original Baldur's Gate game or the sequel. I've never tried playing 2, but I've tried playing 1 numerous times, and I could never really get into it. Neverwinter Nights was my first CRPG experience, so Baldur's Gate has always felt a little bit archaic to me, and I really want to play it. I really want to play it, but it's difficult. So Minsk was never really a character I had much of an attachment to. You've got Jaheira down here. Really like Jaheira. She really grew on me. I know she's another old character, but there's something about her slightly jaded character that enjoys good-natured banter. Like you taking the piss out of her for being old and things like that. You don't coddle her. She will disapprove of you if you coddle her. She likes good-natured ribbing. And I really appreciate that about her character. I find her to be a very likable character because by far she is the most closest resembling like actual friends I have in real life, because she's just generally good-natured. She's a little bit cynical and she appreciates good banter, which I very much appreciate. I think she's probably one of the most relatable characters in the game for me. We've got I forget her name, the evil choice character. I'm still on Act 1 for my Dark Urge evil run, so I don't know much about her. In fact, she's the major reason I've not done a character like tier list video, because I want to get through and experience her first. We've got, where the hell is the druid? Halsin. Oh, there's Halsin down here. For some reason he's wearing sunglasses. And then we have spoilers. Oh, this is actually something I was looking forward to the most, because I want to do something with this. I am a big fan of cloth maps. Big fan. In fact, I think I've still got one of from Oblivion somewhere. Skyrim's I still have as well. It's not as grandiose as Skyrim's, although Skyrim's was just paper, but this is like cloth map. This is gorgeous. Part of me is tempted to try and find a frame for this, but I'll just put this right here. This is absolutely fucking stunning. I am a big fan of these things. I just like fantasy maps in general. I just think they're cool. But cloth just gives it more of a tactile feeling. It makes it feel like a legitimate map. Obviously, this one isn't aged. It doesn't look like an aged map, so it doesn't go for that same thing a lot of them do. But I am very tempted to frame this and put this somewhere, because I'm a big fan of this kind of thing. I think it's cool. And if I don't frame it and I hang it somewhere, well, the way it's been hung will eventually damage it over time. So I'll find a way to get the creases out of it, and I will see if I can measure it and try and find a frame for this, because, yeah, I love shit like this. I think this is absolutely stunning. Oh my god, you got the various locations. It's not the best one I've seen. It's a little bit more cartoony than I'd like. Not as real looking as I'd like, but it's still nice. I very much enjoy things like that. I've actually been looking forward to seeing that. Nothing on the back, just white. Right at the top here, we have a QR code, if you're curious. And it seems to be to show you how you set up the figure. So, for anyone who's curious to watch that, There's the QR code right there. I'll leave it on screen for a little bit. Right. Is this an art book? Oh, this. Look at that. That's what I want. This is fucking gorgeous. It's got that same kind of like reflective art on the cover that's on the box. Absolutely fucking stunning. This right here. This is always the best bit about collector's editions, the art book. I am someone, long before I played Dungeons and Dragons, would actually buy art books. I have the monster manuals going back several different D&D versions, and I absolutely love how the art changes and grows and sometimes goes downhill depending on the version. I am a big fan of art books. I just love art in general. I like books in general. You can see the golden fucking lining there, and I think this is absolutely, just from the cover alone, I am judging this book by its cover, and I am judging it positively. This is, I just love this art. I think it's stunning. I'm glad that they went with that one. I'm just going to flip through a few pages so you guys have an idea. So we've got Emerald Grove concept art here for the druids. There's the some environmental stuff. We've got Gale here, looking badass. He did go through quite a bit of a change actually from the official art. I think he does look better. Of course, I'm saying that now because he has more beard. I like that one. It looks more high class. I do like that one. Notable characters. Really cool. I love the Githyanki, man. I'm so glad that we finally get to play as one. I played as one quite a bit in the early access. Really like the Githyanki. Maul looks really cool here. I prefer the final thing, though, over the concept art. I think Maul, in how she looks so battered and bruised. Really cool. Ooh, those pages were sticking together. Here's the map. Like what we were looking at before. It's really cool. We got the Nautiloid. Oh, you can tell it's new. This is the Hags area. Look at that. I love that. That is gorgeous. Now, that's the kind of image I'd have hung on a wall. That is absolutely gorgeous. Shadow Curse Lands. The Wormway. Some pretty big spoilers here. There is, in fact, a Draco Lich in this game. Although whether it would technically be called I don't think it is a Draco Lich, technically, is it? I think it's just undead. A Draco Lich would be cool. Nature locations. Very, very pretty. This kind of thing is why I want art books. This stuff is fucking stunning. Dryads. There's an entire section of the game that's just kind of like a circus, and I feel like that exists purely to show off some of the models that really don't get enough attention, such as like Jinn and Dryads and things. She looks really cool. Look at those eyes, man. I've just noticed an extra detail there as well that I didn't notice initially, so hopefully YouTube is going to be okay with that. Kobolds. I love kobolds. They're one of the best races in the game. I love how they do them. They remind me of Skaven. Oh, they're so cool. I'm a big kobold fan. Kobolds are great. Wargs. Ghouls. Don't remember them. I don't know whether they're in the game. I think maybe they're just in Shaw's temple, maybe. I know... they're in. It's the winged one that I don't remember. The ghouls I remember. elementals. Not my favourite elemental design in the game. I've seen elementals that are a little bit more cool looking. I like the earth one, but these ones are just kind of standard elemental fur. That one's kind of nice. I like that one. We got the mind flayers, the Eliphids. I said it right this time. Very, very, very cool. Heavy armor. Oh, I like this. Wait a minute. Did he list all the armor? Oh, they do. That one I saw a fair amount of. Medium. Heavy armor. What's the light armor look like? I'm actually curious, because that's one thing I didn't really use much of. Armor and clothing. Here we go. I'm just curious at this point. Light studded leather. What about robes? Doing this with one hand is difficult. So it starts off with padded. Okay, so there's no robes. We got leather stuff. I love that set right there. That is gorgeous. That's my style in a nutshell. Can you tell I like barbarians? Very, very, very cool. The chain stuff. Oh, my back's starting to hurt at this point. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Plate. Oh, here we go. There's the robes. Oh, this shit drones. He's really cool. I remember seeing that one. I've seen that one. I've not seen many of these because most of my characters outside of, I think, Gale didn't really have cloth. Dragon scale mail? Wait, we can get that? Wait, what? I'm trying to remember. No, the closest I had to that was a demonic set of armor that I got at one point. Oh, that's cool. I wonder how you get that, or if it's in the game. Bardic attire. I want to do a run as a full bard at some point. I'm tempted to actually play Tactician with Astarion at one point, just because I don't like Astarion, so if I'm going to play an Origin character, might as well play him, then I don't have to deal with him. And I think I'm going to make him a bard instead of a rogue. There we go. And then we've got weapons, and yeah, let's have a look at my girl, if I can find her. Before we get to my girl, here's Mr. Sparkles himself. Ooh. Ooh. And I gotta admit, I actually really like this art here. That's actually pretty fucking cool. I like that quite a bit. Looks badass. I love the eyes. Here's her in game, a lot softer. And then he went through the various versions of the armor. I actually quite like the one they settled on. It seems more legitimate. I'm glad that they didn't go for something like this, because I'm not a feminist, but it's a warrior race. Make them dress like warriors, you know what I mean? So yeah, like the proper armor looks really, really cool. I like what they ended up settling with. Anyway, that is enough of the art book, I think. Up next, we have Magic the Gathering cards. Magic the Gathering has been spreading out recently by doing specific, like, promo cards. They've done it from everything from, like, My Little Pony to, I think, World of Warcraft and a bunch of other different ones. They've, yeah, of course, Boo's on the cover. So, I don't play Magic. I've never really been interested in collectible card games. In fact, despite the fact that I was around the height of Pokemania, even back then, I thought that the Pokemon cards were a giant waste of money. And I still think they're a giant waste of money. Yes, I know, I could get I could have got a Charizard that would have been incredible levels of money. The thing is, as a child, I didn't really look after my things. So, it would have not done anything for me. So I am aware that people enjoy openings. So for the last segment of this video, we will open all 3 of these and we'll see what we'll get. And you guys can judge, because I have no fucking idea what any of this shit is worth. So there we go. And here we go. The piece de la resistance. The The reason this thing is so fucking huge. Right here, we have a fucking hefty D20. Much like one of the ones that you can roll in the game. That is... Let's move this out the way for a sec. This is hefty. I won't be using this in any real games, I'll tell you that much. That is fucking hefty. You could kill someone with that. That would break. That is a unit. Fucking hell. Ah, there was nothing in that one. That was a trick. It's like we're delving into the deepest, darkest dungeons trying to find treasure. Ah, another trick. Well, we'll get the Illithid out. It looks like he's just finished getting a shower and he's just lying in bed wrapped up in his towel. Draw me like one of your French Illithids. I know I'm saying Illithid weird. I have a habit of saying Illithids. I know it's technically supposed to be Illithid. This goes back from Neverwinter Nights, where I didn't hear the name, I just read it. And it's very, very, very hard for me to say something other than Illithids, even though I'm fully aware that it's Illithid. He's very, 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 very thin. Full of personality though. Look at this guy.
Give me a hug. I've never lied to you.
He proceeds to gaslight you again.
When have I ever told you a lie?
It's called lying by admission, you cunt. You do it the entire game. Only the real ones will understand. Right. Let's see what else we got in here. We got more secret treasures. Then there's this little fucking thing here that is getting quite difficult to reach. What is under here, I wonder? Oh, it's a fucking tadpole. Look at this little bugger. To be honest, it reminds me more of like a baby, like a really, really small, fucked up, oh, what you call it, like xenomorph tongue. You know, from the Aliens movies? It looks like a xenomorph tongue. What do you think, guys? I could gain untold power. Ah! Oh. I'm failing my strength check. Here it is in all its glory. I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, obviously, it's a video game kind of like collector's edition thing, so it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is fucking beautiful. So those of you who watch my content on a semi-regular basis, usually speaking, I'm filming on my computer, and I've got a big shelf behind me. Got all the detail down here. See what I mean, though? It's very... That looks like it's being kind of... That doesn't look like it's supposed to go like that. It looks like it's supposed to be a little bit straighter than that, but yeah. That's the way this plastic stuff is going to go. The sword is thankfully straight. But no, there's enough colour and detail down here. It does look pretty good. It's not at all one of the worst examples of a video game kind of like figure thing I've seen before. Let's get that between here, can we? There we go. That's the best we're gonna get. Looks like he's got a bit of a tattoo or marking at the side there. It's kind of neat. But yeah. Obviously a drow fighting in the Underdark. I don't think... Is his name Dritz or Trist or something like that? Like, I like D&D, I've been into D&D for years, but I'm more, you know, the video game stuff. It took me a long time to actually play proper Dungeons and Dragons. And I do like it. But no, this is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, as I was saying, like, if you've watched my content before, where I'm usually filming with a big shelf behind me, I keep meaning to redo that shelf because it's like I've got World of Warcraft stuff on there that I kind of want to replace with something else. I'm thinking of doing like a VTuber section, and I may even have a section for like stuff like this. So I've got the Alduin statue from the Skyrim Collector's Edition, for example, and I never regretted getting that, so I wouldn't mind that being sat there as well. Yeah, I want to find a place for this, but because this is stunning, and I would like this to be behind me as I'm, doing my streams and my videos and things. The brain looks a bit weird. Like, the brain does look a bit weird. I don't know why it's white. In fact, that side looks a little bit better. Is it the paint job? Let's have a look. Ow, I'm just pricked myself. Yeah, it just looks a bit weird. I'm not sure about that. But, nah, it does look pretty cool. I think I'd have it on maybe that angle. A little bit slightly different like that, maybe. I don't know. I'd figure it out. Although, like that works as well. Maybe if we do it this side. Nah, it's not as good that side. But no, I really like this. This is one of the better figures I've had from video games. Collector's editions. It's alright. So, now let's get to the Magic of the Gathering section. So I know basically nothing about Magic. I played one video game rendition of their game at one point. I played mostly the green deck. I enjoyed it. It was alright, but I've never really been into CCGs. I've mostly considered them to be a massive waste of money. So now that next door's kid has decided to stop fucking around in the entry, let's get to this, shall we? Bloop. So, the more in there. I feel as like there's another one in there. Yeah, there is. There is another one in there. Okay, so I don't know any of the etiquette of these. These are just cards to me. Oh, that's pretty. It's a green dragon. Adult green dragon. Okay. Cool. We've got that. We've got, what's this? The initiative. Okay. Yeah, none of this really means anything to me. So I don't know what the etiquette is. Here's a shiny. People like shiny things, don't they? The Underseller Sweep. Ooh. A white card. Is that white card or is that black card? Black's a type, isn't it? No, it'd be white, wouldn't it? Because the ones. Okay, there's one. Nearer Wild Mage. Okay. Human Elf Shaman. Huh. What's this? Sivris Nightmare Speaker. That's cool. I like the art on that one. It's very, very cool. Shameless Charlatan. Okay. Oh, was that holographic? No, it was just an effect my mobile had on my eyes for a second. We've got two together, haven't we? Is this one? This feels like two. No, it's just one. Savarok Deathbring. Oh, that's the guy from... That's like... Yeah, Ballspawn. One of the guys from the first game. Okay, cool. I like how that's not legendary. We've got Candlekeep Inspiration. For all you mages out there. Bane's Contingency. That reminds me of Redo of Healer. Apologies for how disgusting my nails are, by the way. Sailor's Bane. Big ass turtle. The dragon turtle. I remember Spoonie talking about that once. Ambitious Dragonborn. That's a Dragonborn? Okay. Nimbleclaw Adept. Dragon Wizard. Okay. Ooh, this one's up my alley. Scaled Nurturer. Aww, it's a Dragonborn Druid. That's cute, I like that one. A lot of Dragonborn in this one. I approve. We've got Carl Darlin Dragon? Charl Darlin? I'm butchering that. The Dark Souls boss.
Oh, we've got one of these things. Duodrome. Marching Duodrome. Yeah, I'm aware of this. There's, the coolest thing about D&D is, like, every alignment has its own plane. And I believe these guys are either... I think these guys are lawful neutral. I think. And it's just like a plane of robot, like, ants, basically. I say ants because they're all just drones for the most part. They just do what their programming tells them. It's kind of neat. Cloak of the Bat. For those of you who want to play Batman. And then finally, we've got Mountain. Exciting. Alright, on to the next pack. First of all, we have an art piece of Raphael. Cool character. Can you tell this doesn't actually interest me that much? We've got the initiative again. You can't have a card opening thing without repeats. Legendary creature, Dwarf Cleric. Cool. Feels like we've got 2 again. There's a few that feel like extra thick like that. We got Eldritch Pact. Oh, for your warlocks out there. That's what my Dark Urge is currently. Hardy Outlander. That's neat. Like a ranger looking motherfucker. I like him. We've got Veteran Soldier. This is what I like to call the basic pack. This is for all the basic dudes. Ah, Wilson, the refined grizzly. What? Look at this piece of shit. Look at this guy. I'm Wilson, the grizzly. Where's he in the game? This spell can't be countered. Vigilance, Reach, Trample. Ward 2, whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counters it under... Choose a background. You can have a background as a second. Okay, cool. Look at him! He's so dapper! Oh, I like him. He's my favorite. He's going here. Alright, we've got Wild Magic Surge. Okay, there's Minsk. We've got Cloud Kill, fun spell. We've got Thunder Wave. That looks a hell of a lot more epic than it does in Pokemon. Scouting Hawk, pretty good. Kenku Artificer. We need playable Kenkus in the game, please. Does that thing have a face? The rock has a face. Pilgrim's Eye? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Artifact creature, a Thopter. I have never heard of that before. What the fuck? It's like a mechanical porcupine with a fucking helicopter attached to it. That's kind of neat. Guiding Bolt. Yeah, there's a Displacer Beast right there. Fire Diamond. Ooh. Collect one of each element to save the world, Final Fantasy character. We've got Livan, Cultist of Tiamat. Over Dragonbone. That's a weird looking Dragonbone. And then finally, Forest. I'll take the forest over the mountain any day. Okay. Count Life, enter tournaments, and more. MagicTheWizards.com. Okay. Oh, it's a bunny, though. Look at its face. Now kill it for free experience. What's this? Ooh. Are we watching Avatar? Grey Harbour Merfolk. Wood. Very much wood. We've got a packed weapon. Ah, very cool feature. I like that about Warlock. I'm using that one in my own Warlock. We got a Tavern Brawler. Hell yeah. Legendary enchantment, Inspiring Leader. Go, my eagles, go! What's this? Mercule, Lord of Bones. I thought it was an owl at first, but no, it's Mercule. That's cool. Mercule. Oh, Mercule even. Kaga, Shadow Orc Druid. Spoilers. We got Skullwinder. Wait, is that the name of her snake? Because that would be funny put together. My hand is shaking, apologies. Ghost Lantern. Oh my god, I'm a lantern. We've got a Fire Diamond. We've had a Fire Crystal. Now say hello to the sequel. Fire Diamond. Crystals are forever. We've got Moss Diamond. Oh, that's my diamond. Also known as a Moss Agate or Agate. Yeah, that's my diamond right there. We've got Minimus Containment. It's a dwarf diamond. Or a halfling diamond. It's easier just to chuck them. We've got Blur. We've got Stunning Strike. The vampire seems very stunned. Adbel. Adbel. Adrian. Fucking hell, say that 5 times. So that's, my name is Adbel. And then finally, Swamp. And this is the one that's shiny. And then we've also got this, which is the art card, which is a Naga. I think that's a Naga anyway. It could be called something else. What does it say? Severus, Nightmare Spirit. Oh, we got another one of them. Well, there it is. I think we can all agree that fucking Wilson, Refined Grizzly, is without question the best and most valuable card from that deck. I know fucking nothing about Magic the Gathering. I played it once years ago. Also, it's a green card. That makes it good. I like green cards. I remember. Look at all this shit that I just opened, huh? There's the art book and the pegs that I use to keep the camera in place. Don't ask me why they're all pink. And this and that is... I'm quite happy with that. Overall, I'd say that this is a pretty damn good box set. Definitely one of the best I've had. I'm no Dwarven Bard, if you know who I'm talking about, thumbs up, but I'm hoping this particular unboxing was entertaining enough for you, and yeah, great. If you've watched this whole bloody thing, thank you very much. I want to put a little bit more effort into this than I have done my average video recently, so fingers crossed it shows. I'm going to put all this shit away now, sort out the mess that I've left upstairs, bringing that fucking light down, and try and get some gaming in before I need to go out later on tonight. So, wish me luck. I've got to figure out where the fuck I'm even putting the statue and shit, man. I need to get around to sorting things out. Mother of Christ.